Hey, Seahawks fans, this is your Pacific Northwest Showdown podcast host, Mikaela, coming to talk to you today just about what's going on with the Seahawks and what I've personally seen watching the games. We do plan on having a podcast this week for the Pacific Northwest Showdown, but it is a little bit of a short week. You know, we got Thanksgiving on Thursday. We have a little bit of traveling to do, so hopefully we can get that podcast recorded either tomorrow night or on Wednesday. But again, just wanted to take a little bit of time to talk about Russell Wilson and his struggles that we've seen as he's come back from his finger surgery and how this offense has looked all season for that matter. They're struggling huge right now. And Russell Wilson has been making some mental errors and decisions, you know, throwing into double coverage quite a bit the last few games. He's been intercepted, you know, on a pass to DK, on a pass to Lockett and against Green Bay, struggling to find his receivers in the end zone, struggling to find the underneath passes, which, as we all know, it's not that's ever been one of his stronger suits, is to decide to dump it off underneath for the run after catch. He still obviously has that long bomb, you know, ability. He had a great long bomb to Lockett this weekend, but I'm getting to the point where I am starting to question how Wilson is doing, not only just doing physically with his rehab with his finger, but more so on the mental aspect of things, his confidence. You know, he's dropping back, though our offensive line is continuing to struggle to give him a little bit of time, but in some circumstances I feel like he's had plenty of time to make his decision in his throws. And I don't know that I see the confidence in him in making those decisions. And then when he does choose to throw it, you know, it's been a little bit off target, which again could be a finger issue. Maybe it's not if they're like so adamant on saying that he feels fine. And of course, you know, the offense has had some drops on some of those important, you know, conversion opportunities. But has anybody checked in on Russell Wilson? Mentally, emotionally? It has been a year of adversity for him. You know, there is off-season drama. And then right at the very beginning of the season, he lost his dear friend and mental strength conditioning coach, Trevor Moawad. And, you know, that first game back after, you know, Trevor had passed, you know, it really seems like it's just impacted him so much not having somebody of Trevor's, you know, caliber and friendship and wisdom on his side through these losses and through this adversity. I just want to remind people that, you know, athletes are human. I am somebody that is quick to analyze, to have thoughts and opinions about sports, specifically football, and what I'm seeing happening on the field. And there's a level of responsibility that each player has on that field to be a smart football player, to make the right decisions on the field, given the circumstances of how they're playing. But when I say the importance of the fact that athletes are human beings, it's that they aren't meant to be a perfect mechanism, a robot on the field executing every play. And the question is how is Russell Wilson actually doing mentally, emotionally? He always comes off as somebody that says, you know, remain neutral mindset. He doesn't really ever let it be shown that if he is struggling, that he is. He likes to pump everybody up. And in one of his, pressers to the media just the other day that I was watching him, his demeanor seemed different. His energy level seemed different. And, you know, in regards to the responses that not only Russ is giving to the media, but the team as a whole, it just seems like it's the same information that they've been giving for weeks on end. And there's not much quite changing about what those conversations are being in terms of what needs to be adjusted and what needs to be changed to find success. You know, so I am genuinely concerned about Wilson. I don't know if he's in the right mental space right now to be leading the offense, and not to say that he doesn't deserve to be out there in the field. We know that Russell Wilson is a fantastic Hall of Fame quarterback. Not saying that in the least. But what I'm saying is that his confidence level seems low. His morale seems low. And who is there right now to pick Russell Wilson up? Who on the team is rallying the guys outside of Russell Wilson? Who's there to let Russell lean on them? And you know, I think some people like to say, well, you're the captain, you're the leader of the team, you're the quarterback, you're the most important player on that field. Sure. But when you bring humanity into it, we all have to be there for people at some point, right? Who's there for Russell through this time? Who's checking in on Russell? Who's checking in on anybody for that matter? And as fans, I think it's important to take a step back, myself included, to realize that our words, our support are important, and how we can rally behind a team that's struggling, and how we can lift them up, and how we can show our love, our support, even through the frustration of what we're seeing happen on the field, I think is more important now than ever to be loyal, to show up for them. They have to show up for the team, right? We're asking for them to show up with their energy, their commitment, their passion for the game each and every week, because we want to see them win. Don't you think that they want that too? Don't you think that they need that from us too? The energy, the passion, the commitment, the loyalty to show up and to cheer them on. You know, I was hearing, you know, even watching the game yesterday on TV, lots of booing. And I saw lots of people who were at that game that I follow on Twitter talk about how, oh man, this makes me sad. I'm hearing so much booing, you know, as they're running off the field, as they didn't convert on that third down. And again, as frustrated as I was watching that game and the lack of success that we're finding on the field to sustain drives offensively, to get off the field defensively in some cases, though the defense, I would say, in the last, 4 or 5 weeks have shown up, and our offense hasn't given them the support they need to be able to, come out with the win. That as a fan base, it is our role to be there to support this team, to cheer them on, right? So just some things to think about. I'm in a very reflective mood this week with Thanksgiving coming up on Thursday. I'm thinking about the things that I'm grateful for. And a huge part of what I'm grateful for are the people that surround me, that lift me up, that are there for me when I'm struggling. That, can you imagine if we walked around each day and in our jobs, in our place of work, we had people booing at us when we had a moment of struggle, tearing us down, not trying to uplift us, not trying to help provide solutions that might be effective, though I understand that this is a sport, and as fans, our voices aren't necessarily heard in making some of those huge calls. But can you imagine in your place of work being torn down in the ways that people in the spotlight can be torn down? Mentally, emotionally, physically, the way that can impact somebody physically. I just want to take time to highlight that. I get that this is, again, a sport, something that these players have signed up for, something that these players get paid quite a bit of money for. They're sacrificing their bodies for our entertainment, for their own desire to win a Super Bowl, for their desire to succeed at a game that they love. But we have to go back to the humanity part of it. And I might swear here or there. I might have a lot of feelings. I'm going to tweet out a lot of things. But just take a moment to step back and to reflect on how we can best support this team right now, how we can be the 12th man on that field, lifting this team up at a time when they need us now more than ever. It is easy to cheer on a team that's winning. It is not easy to cheer on a team that's losing. But we all need people to cheer us on when we're struggling. So be that person. Be that 12. And everybody, I hope that you have a calm, peaceful, great holiday season. And above all else, take care of your heart and mind first. Until next time.